Welcome back, my fellow poets, to another Spooky Saturday video. To those of you who stumble across my content for the first time, I am your narrator, Paranormal Poet, and I narrate true, paranormal, scary stories who focuses more on atmosphere rather than visual aid to terrify you. So sit back, relax, and step into the world of the unknown.
Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night, unable to move, feeling like something or someone is in the room with you? Sleep paralysis is terrifying on its own, but sometimes it feels real, too real. Well, tonight's story is a real recounting of an experience that happened to a boy named Carlos in April of 2020. He still says it's the worst night of his life, and by the end of this, you'll understand why. Let's begin. Hello, Paranormal Poet. I don't know if you'll ever see this, but I needed to tell someone about what I experienced. I think you might be the only one who would actually believe me. This happened back in April of 2020, and still, I can't explain it. It was just a dream. At least, that's what I keep telling myself. It was around 3 a.m. when it started. I remember because I checked my phone before falling asleep. I had been stuck in quarantine for months. My sleep schedule completely messed up, so I was exhausted. I passed out almost immediately. At first, everything was normal. I was happily drifting away and trying to catch my hours. But at some point in the night, something changed. I became aware that I was lying in my bed, but I couldn't move. I wasn't dreaming, at least I didn't think so. I could feel my blankets getting heavier, the weight on my chest becoming stronger. Every breath I took made it so much tougher to breathe. The room felt off, like I was being watched. That's when I realized I wasn't alone. I forced my eyes open, and there, standing over me, was my little brother, Luis. He wasn't saying anything. He was just standing there, perfectly still, looking down at me. His face was shrouded in darkness, just barely lit by the moonlight through my blinds, but I knew it was him. My first instinct was to ask him what the hell he was doing in my room, but when I tried to speak, nothing. Not a single sound came out. I couldn't move, couldn't scream. My whole body was frozen. Then, Luis raised his hand. That's when I saw the knife. It gleamed in the moonlight. A long, sharp kitchen knife, the kind we kept in the drawer downstairs. My brain was screaming at me to move, to wake up, but I was trapped in my own body, helpless as I watched my own brother drive the knife straight into my right shoulder. The pain was immediate, blinding. It felt like white-hot fire ripping through my arm, like the blade had gone straight through the bone. My body convulsed, and I woke up, gasping, drenched in sweat. I sat up so fast I nearly fell out of bed, clutching my shoulder. My whole arm was throbbing, burning like I had actually been stabbed. But when I looked down, there was nothing. No blood, no wound. My door was still closed. Luis was nowhere in sight. I sat there for a long time, trying to steady my breathing. I was too shaken up to think about it anymore, so I forced myself to lie back down. Eventually, I drifted off again. But when I woke up the next morning, my shoulder still hurt. Not just sore, but an actual deep pain, like something had pierced through my skin and muscle. I checked the mirror, still nothing. No bruises, no marks. But the pain lasted for hours. I don't know what happened that night. I tell myself it was just a dream, just my brain messing with me. But if that's the case, Why did I wake up feeling it? Sleep paralysis is one thing, but when you wake up with phantom pain from something that never happened, what does that mean? Was it all in Carlos's mind, or did something reach out that night? That's for you to decide. Thank you for tuning in to Spooky Saturday. If you enjoyed tonight's story, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss next week's terrifying tale. And remember, if you ever wake up in the dead of night, unable to move, feeling like something is watching you, don't open your eyes.